you got a good point, Mercy. You have an excellent point. And what I really believe that is, okay, well, where I mentioned Colorado, some employers in Colorado were using that system to clock in and out. Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds like they're protecting their money so you can't cheat the clock. But it's also doing something else. It's saying, if you work for me, you're a criminal. Likewise, my friend, what it's doing in New York at the projects. Well, if you're down on your luck and have to get housing assistance, then we think you're a criminal and we're going to treat you like one. That is what this whole concept is all about, in my opinion.
They saying that the project produces a lot of crime. All right,
right. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm trying to talk about.
Listen, I'm not gonna turn away from it. The project is full of black and Spanish people.
and on Lower Manhattan is Portuguese, all people from all different races in Manhattan that inhabit the project out there.
Project down,
Europeans and all that.
They want to call the damn project down in the Lower East Side where all these people from Yugoslavia and shit like that, excuse me. And they want to call them condos. Those are housing projects. Listen, Bloomberg, man, listen, the bottom is this. You can tell people what they can drink and eat, brother, but you cannot fingerprint people. It's against the law, it's incriminating, and it's wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Don't put no system in no buildings that these people already destroy every goddamn thing they have. Why would you put a sensitive system like that in the project? It's going to cause more problems.
Absolutely, yes, it is.
I'm gonna jump over to the welfare system because that was also introduced, was on the table for people that getting welfare to be drug tested.
And that there was actually a proposal to do that in Colorado, and it failed.
Okay, listen. The project was created
against blacks and Latinos. Bloomberg, let me tell you something.
Listen, why was the project? And can any one of you guys tell me why did they create the project?
To get people off the streets.
The project
to get people off the streets. That's one of the things. But
the population,
some of the legacy
the city, the population in the city is overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Over here, I'm telling you. A lot of the problems that we deal with here in the inner community is because we have no room. Give us some space. I can't even play my radio at 5 notches with the damn neighbors complaining. You know what I'm saying? I got to listen to people's babies crying, people arguing. You have no space in New York City. This is one of the greatest cities.
Every decision we make in life, we have to take responsibility for it. You know what I'm saying? We choose to live in New York City. There's plenty of room in all these other places.
It's a beautiful city, brother. Who doesn't want easy access to every damn thing? You
remember, Merce, when I first started traveling to New York, from back and forth from Jamaica to here, I'm telling you, New York was a different place.
New York,
where it wasn't damn near like a free for all.
Right, New York changed. When I first came to New York to kiss people,
White Plains Road used to be hundreds and thousands of people walking up and down the block, standing outside stores, and things like that.
Oh,
what happened? Let's talk about what happened. They beefed up the police. On White Plains Road. Would you agree that White Plains Road is let's say 80% cleaner than it was 10 years ago? How do you feel about it?
I could say that the streets are cleaner as far as the embodiment of selling products out on the sidewalks and stuff like that. But it's very... Listen, the bottom line is this, man. You know what I'm saying? Giuliani, right? Let's talk about Giuliani. Giuliani was under fire for a whole lot of things. He's a jerk, too. But the thing is, Giuliani has did a significant amount of work in the city since I've been here. When I first came, Times Square was like a goddamn peep show.
It was a peep show on every corner.
So, I mean, yeah.
So what's wrong with that?
No, brother, listen.
That sounds like a single guy's kind of place there, brothers.
No, I mean, the thing is this, the Times Square is for the tourists. There's places for that.
This was an eyesore.
Right. Yeah, it was disgusting. You got billboards of people from Maple-Lean and Sean John and stuff like that, and then you got big press posters all over the place. It's disgusting.
I don't think. Well, don't get me started.
It was a red light, unofficial red light district,
Basically.
and you know what?
Giuliani, the only thing, not to cut you, brother, the only thing that I dislike about Giuliani is the whole thing where he made this thing where when we had our parades and we was doing block parties and all of that, he cut us the front out of New York. You can't, you know what I'm saying? He got people being flagged for a cup of Red Bull and stuff. Giuliani started all of this stuff with people going to jail for a bag of marijuana. And being the stop and frisk. The stop and frisk has been in place for years. They just gave it a name. And you know what? There's a whole bunch of other laws that they're throwing in there now too. I'm just so disgusted that, you know what, get Mayor Bloomberg up out of here. His term is over. He can't buy no more. And let's move along. Not to kill this topic, but let's talk about.
You know what, Merce? Let's talk about something. Do you know that a lot of the older folks that live in the project want this measure? They are the ones that are sitting by and voting for people like Bloomberg. They want Bloomberg to beef up police around the streets. New York. They want Bloomberg to fingerprint everybody. They want Bloomberg to collar and stop and frisk every young people.
It sounds like there's politicians giving constituents a false sense of security.
These measures. A lot of older people support these measures. How do you feel about that? So we are at odds. It don't matter when it comes to race, because sometimes we tend to want to relax on certain things. Like, let's talk about when Giuliani had to clean up the people from doing fireworks outside. It wasn't everybody that was creating a havoc with fireworks, but fireworks. I mean, when that time of year came around, it was hell in New York City. Those guys were blowing themselves up with bombs and stuff, man. And people were getting hurt. Dangerous things used to happen around fireworks time. So that's cut down by let's say, you know what, no fireworks across the board in New York City. I know it's one thing about New York politicians. Whenever they want to solve a problem, they go across the board with it. Even if it's just a group of people doing it, they're just going to cut it out to everybody. I'm sure it's not everybody in the project that's coming in and crying, but they want to fingerprint. They want to go ahead and just cover their ass by, you know what, let's fingerprint everybody that lives in the project. Which that, I think, is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's incriminating. I want to, brother, be approaching the hour. We're going to have...
Yes, and how about we go ahead and take a music and/or commercial break, and while you're doing that, I will make sure that Jan Martin calls in for us.
All right, cool. And just to touch on that, let's talk about some of the mayors that's running for the city of New York right now.
Yeah, good. I can't wait.
Anthony Weiner, you got Jack Ivory. It's a couple of guys. What's the Lynn guy?
You got Christine Quinn, and she's still a big factor in it, isn't she? And then you got the man Thompson, Bill Thompson.
And then they got the Asian guy. Just to talk about that, what's his name? We got Stress in the building too, by the way.
But listen, they say that Bill Thompson stands a good chance of winning this thing. Bill Thompson, the black guy in the race.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I'm sorry. I don't really like when the brothers get up there, because they weaker than the they weak, man.
What makes you say that, Mercy?
Oh, very stereotypical, Mercy. I mean, but
yeah. Mercy, what makes you say that?
We had David. What do you think? What was shown about David Dinkins?
You know what? Dinkins. I wasn't in New York when David Dinkins was here, was the mayor, but I heard New York was like the drug zone. He made it like good for negative things. You know what I'm saying? Like the people in the city love Dinkins because he let them do whatever the hell they wanted to do. But the reason why I say this is because, you know what, black people are always under fire for a whole bunch of things. Just because of the onslaught of racism in this country, anytime you get a black person as a cop, your boss, a politician, they seem to do things against their own to prove to others that they can do their job.
I have seen that happen, Mercy. I have, and I don't understand why.
It's because of the scrutiny that they gotta take if they gotta offend anything racism. You understand?
Like they have to go out of their way to prove themselves.
Absolutely.
That they're worthy of whatever.
They got to show the master that they can whip the slave.
You damn right.
Harder than the master does.
It is
to get the master's approval.
That's
what that came from. That came from that house and
house slave mentality.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. The house slave mentality. He'd go out there and whip the field slave.